this is Deathproof, and we're gonna speak about Scream. She is a female combat awakened character we took into the game, and we have already taken a lot of them. To be honest, last month we're getting back to back Titania, we're getting back to back She-Hulk. We had already taken Valkyrie, and now Scream is a character that swapped from villain into hero. And in today I'm gonna show you with a bare minimum build for here. I mean, with an obelisk and stuff like that, you can see. And I'm gonna swap here into CTP of Rage because I want to test here also for ABX, and I'm not gonna do it right now, but at the moment I'm going through all the world bosses, the world boss legend that she could participate, which is stage 59 of Knul, which is stage Gorr 20, Infinity Ultron also 20, and Knul 59, and also basically 59. And I'm gonna swap here CTP into a CTP of Rage because I feel like she is proc friendly, but you could utilize her skills even better with using her with the CTP of Rage. Also, I test here in stage 39 of Mephisto and stage 29 of Mephisto. It's a lot of tests, but at the moment let me show you here rotation, how it works. And the things you want to do is really fast all your skills, 3 cancel 5 cancel 4 into 6 in the start. And if you don't have your awaken, you want to do 3 cancel 5 cancel 4, something like that. 3 cancel 5 cancel 4, and that is all. You want to proc on the 4th skill, but if you have your awaken, you're doing the same thing, but you could go like 3 cancel 4 cancel 5 into 6 because it's easier for your fingers also. So let's go and find out what I was able to do into my runs with this bare minimum build, and after swap here into a raids and show you there. Let's go into the video. This is stage 59 of Knul without using a CTP and with this bare minimum build. For here, I'm gonna use Leadership of Crescent, which is the challenge for stage 60, and support of Wave, I think. Basically, support of Fox, White Fox, which is really good because she got the leadership tag, so she could get advantage of this buff. Perhaps it's the only one after Crescent, being a combat female and having the leadership tag into the game. Before we go through that, guys, do me a favor, show me your support, smash the like button, do the subscribe and follow the channel so we can have more awesome content about Marvel Future Fight. And let's go to this fight first. It's something, yeah, you know, I'm clearing this with Blue Dragon level 80, with Black Widow level 80, so, and full builds. So it's not like a surprise for me not being able to complete that, but I just do that to show you how much damage you could pull out even without even a build, you know. And I haven't really used any character with CTP of Rage against these high stages of World Boss Legend now, and it's gonna be a surprise for me to using a Rage on here and testing her again here against Knul. At the moment, as you can see, she's able to pull out like in 45 seconds 8 bars, which is not that good. But the bad part with having level 70 characters now, you know, even if they have really good reworks like Scream, I mean, she's free to play, leadership, female, human, and she has the tag swap. You can use her as a villain also for multiple game modes, but you have the struggle here that there is level 80s in the same time that there is Black Widow in the game, like level 80, and she could tear apart everyone with just a noble with a proc. It's really hard for Scream find her place into the meta. I mean, I'm not sure if you're gonna use her anyhow with just a proc. You have to miss all the latest good reworks we took, like even Thina could be in the same value as here, but Thina, it's not a human. So I could put here like Dane level or something like that. Yes, Dane. Perhaps Kamala Khan also, it's in the same level with here. With Kamala Khan, I wasn't able to clear this also. I was doing it after with Mighty Destruction. But yes, Mighty Destruction is really high cost, you know, a lot of people don't have it. So that's why I want to show you what she's able to do with, let's see, stage 29 of Mephisto. It's a stage a lot of people used to struggle here, and finding a good combo type that could be proc friendly, it's really hard these days. I mean, Venom was able to do it, but Venom as a level 70 and with a proccing oblique, he was a pain to proc on. And if you managed to proc with him, yes, you would. I was having him into 1 minute left. Here, as you can see, I waste the proc with no reason, and after I was waiting him, couldn't clear that before the enrage phase, as you can see, and the rest, she runs fast, she's not Storm for sure. For stage 59 of Knul, as I told you in the start, there is no way she could clear it, but stage 29 of Mephisto, easy peasy. And of course, you know, if you want to get a new character, a human female character that could carry you through the content, she's really good, don't get me wrong. But I mean, there is others that you already have. If you don't have Blue Dragon, if you don't have Storm, if you don't have Black Widow, perhaps she is one of the best human female characters in the game for just proccing with. But she is like top 5 or something like that. She is not the best, but in the same time there is Kamala. Kamala took a really good rework, and she is really proc friendly. As Scream is, but Scream, I feel like she got more potentials for her skills if you let the skills place more, if you get yourself into a rage proc. I think she could be able to pull out more content with her kit now. And yes, you can see here with the proc, I'm clearing it, but it's kind of struggle, you know. Running around, stopping the skills, have to avoid all this stuff. With a rage, you can go through, there's no way. And you can see here, look at this proc, it's 3.5 bar. I mean, this is healthy. This is healthy for a character 2022. This is really cool. I mean, and the awaken skill here, if I pop it right, you can see it's 4 to 5 bars into the last phase. Which last phase, Mephisto used to have more defenses. So yeah, you can't really take so much damage with here. That's why I'm trying to avoid every single purple attack. And I did straight 4 bars out of my rotation here. 3 cancel, 5 cancel, 4. And yes, it's stable. 3 to 4 bars stable. And the awaken skill here, I tried to take advantage of this, but I feel like I missed a lot of damage there. Yes, he pushed me away, but I did 5 bars with him having a push, with having him pushing me in my face into the other place of the stage. Look at this. Yes, this 4th skill did a lot. And the weird part is that, like, before 1 year, if we had a combat female that she was able to do all this without CTP, this could be insane. But in the same time, we took like Titania, we took like Valkyr, we already had Sif, so it's really hard to find a place. She-Hulk also took a really good rework, but I feel like she's gonna smash for raids. I haven't seen a lot of people, you know, showcasing here with a rage. I haven't seen a lot of people using a rage in here, and I'm kind of weird to see the results. Now I did the stage 29. To be honest, guys, I used here stage 39, but in 1 minute and 30 seconds she wasn't able to clear the leadership. Even with the leadership support of Fox, she wasn't able to clear the first phase for the enrage, you know, before 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I was like, why showcasing that there's no way she could clear the stage, you know? And you can see here against Gorr, who considers basically who is the hardest world boss legend right now. She's pulling out 3 to 4 bars per awaken rotation and 2 bars per normal rotation with just an obelisk, right? And if your account is more stacked up than mine, you could find the guy who gonna do this dirty job here and clear you stage 20 of Gorr. To be honest, me myself using only level 80s for this content, I can't really participate with stage with level 70s. Here you can see pretty much from time wise perhaps is able to clear that, but yeah, I couldn't choose here for this at the moment with just an obelisk. Same thing for Ultron. She was doing really nice, but let me find the run. Yeah, she was able to do really nice for the first minute of the stage. I didn't test here even more. Stage 20 is a stage of Ultron that you need to use only females. So yeah, for most of the people we had like Thina for this. With Thina it's a really hard barrier wall with 8,000 crystals cost. But now there's a lot of characters that you could choose to do, like Kamala Khan, like Jane Foster could clear this. Basically, no, Jane Foster was really hard too. And all the level 80s, of course. With the level 80s, all the world boss legends seems easier, because, you know, the power level is for the level 80s at the moment. You can't really participate in the content with level 70 and having fair results against Ultron and Gorr. 80 is always better than 70, you know, it's a bigger number. Here you can see I didn't manage to go through the optimization phase. And I'm really curious what's gonna looks like when I'm gonna slap a rage on here. So let's go through and check this out. Okay, so now I'm gonna give here a raid that has like 20 critical rate. Oh, this thing gives critical damage, so I want to swap this first into critical damage to be capped on critical damage, because the obelisk gives me 22%. So I want this, looks like plus 22, so we're cool. And 30 critical rate I could find on a raid that I already got. And yes, this is cool. This is cool for me. Let's slap this. Let's look at her stats. Yes, she's capped on critical rate, critical damage. Yeah, I'm not gonna swap anything else. And I'm going to go through the same world boss legend and show you the difference to evaluate if you want to build here more, if you want to build here at all, or whatever. For Alliance Battle Extreme, I'm gonna do a separate video, because at the moment I can't really participate here. As you can see, it's a universal female. So yes, let's go through the runs with raids. So now let's see how she's performing against stage 29 with the CTP of Rage. And yes, I am a symbiote enthusiast, you know, I really love everything but symbiote. And for Venom, feels like a really huge update and huge upgrade. For you know, in case you want to compare Scream with her previous no uniform and not being awakened, of course she's better. But here I'm testing, you know, obelisk against raids. And to be honest guys, as you can see here, we are already 34 seconds into the stage and we didn't took the next phase. My rotation, it's kind of, you know, I'm kind of delay the canceling into the skills. Here I was trying to get myself a faster clear and not use my awaken. And yes, I made it 54 seconds for that. It's cool. And yes, Mephisto is a world boss that a lot of people is struggling sometimes, but I feel like this content that wave that Scream can clear with the CTP of Rage. It's not the content, if you're already clearing World Boss Legend, I guess you're able to unlock the potentials for level 80s, so you don't really need Scream at the moment for something specific, for some requirements like human, female, or combat, because there is so many other characters that with less build they can do that faster. This is with CTP of Rage, guys, and you can see C is really not that good. I mean, 3 minutes left into the run, and stage 29 with 25 peers. Most of the times, CTP of Rage is not the best for World Boss Legend, but it's cool enough to clear this content. There's no way, that basically feels like the obelisk is pretty much the same with Rage. I mean, time wise, perhaps I'm doing like 1 minute faster, but we'll have to see. Previously, I end up ending the stage with 1 minute left, and I was using just 180 proccing obelisk, and now with the Rage is kind of weird having pretty much the same timing and not seeing the bars melting, Feels like a character that works better with an obelisk, but I'm not regretting because I want to test here for ABX also, to compare here with Valkyrie, to compare here with Titania, and I'm gonna build also She-Hulk to test here against, because I didn't have the books, but I managed to take them for the World Boss Legend, and She-Hulk is always a solid leadership, so I'm not gonna skip here. I'm gonna build here and test here with an obelisk and something else, I'm not sure. Perhaps an insight gonna be the best for here, but we already have Sif. You see, the leadership I'm using is Sif because she's a physical DPS and Scream takes advantage of it with the leadership for physical DPS, and also got an insight and also got a passive support buff for all World Boss Legend. It's 40% or 45% damage against World Boss. As you can see here, I'm really struggling. I was struggling to see that to showcase that Rage is better than an obelisk, but not. Rage is not better than an obelisk for Scream. Yeah, feels like it's pretty much the same, and it's not one World Boss Legend I test here. It's as you can see here, stage 59 of Knul. I test here with Rage also. Same vibe. I mean, perhaps I'm doing something wrong. If you're seeing something that I could swap, but if it was if it was working from the proccing obelisk, and now with Raids the damage is pretty much the same, there's no way I'm doing that bad of gameplay showcasing here. I mean, 3 cancel 5 cancel 4 is all the thing, and if you delay a bit the skills and drop them inside all the raids is better. But the Waken skill, it's the one that makes me feel weird, because it takes too long to end, and sometimes you're out of your rage proc and perhaps enable your next rage proc. That's why I'm utilizing this first and the second skill there to drop some skills inside the rage proc, because I was out of my awaken. And as you can see, it's pretty bad. Having a clear 10 bars in the first 1 minute means like you don't really gonna feel comfortable clearing until the end. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I don't have cleared this in 1 minute and 30 seconds, the first phase, I know that it's gonna be a struggle to clear it in the next phases. And if you pass through the 2 minutes, if here it's 3 minutes and less, it's really hard to clear the stage. I know stage 59 I'm doing here, it's a stage that Perhaps no one have, no one who is thinking to build here has reached this stage. But believe me, guys, these human requirements and female also, it's kind of tough. Yeah, there is not a lot of characters besides the Black Widow, Blue Dragon, Kamala Khan, Jane Foster. It's like 4 to 5 characters that can do this stage at all. And I'm trying to show you an alternative to use here. I mean, no, she's not worth at least the raids. Perhaps if I build here more in the next, in the future, and I slap here a CTP, a mighty CTP of energy or a mighty CTP of destruction, perhaps he's gonna be able to participate even more, even better. But at the moment, I feel like CTP of Rage doesn't really fit to Scream, at least for World Boss Legend. I need to test here for ABX, as I told you. I'm not regretting it, but 15 seconds and 3 bars for Gorr seems promising. But as you're gonna end up seeing, yeah, she's not that durable. She's dying really easy against his attacks. And also, as you can see, we have already done 30 seconds and we are pretty much stuck here. Yeah, there's no way I can clear this stage with a raids. I thought, it's gonna be like double damage or something like that. But against every single World Boss Legend I test here, raids against Obelisk feels like from 20 seconds better to pretty much the same. I feel like perhaps my gameplay has to do, but no, guys, Scream doesn't really worth building for World Boss Legend, in my opinion. In this case of meta, when there is characters like Kamala Khan, like where there is characters that like Black Widow that you could slap here proc and can do that miracle she's doing. If you go through my previous videos and see what I was able to do with Black Widow for stage 59 of Knul, and for several other content, you're gonna be like, okay, why should I build Scream? I mean, she's free to play, don't get me wrong, Scream, and you don't really need to clear World Boss Legend first to compete against World Boss Legend, which in Black Widow's case, that's the case. You can't really play with here without being level 80 and having these results I'm showcasing. But I mean, there is better solutions. Venom is 100% better solution against instead of Scream. And also, let me show you. So guys, in my opinion, Scream is a skip. She doesn't really worth a place into the meta at the moment for World Boss Legend. Don't spend a rage on her. That's 100% sure. Perhaps an obelisk to clear some early stage of World Boss Legend. It's gonna be the place she fits. And even if I really love her skills and love all this animation with her awaken skill, I'm really sad that you can't really go through the high stages and do high clears with her. That was for me. Don't use a rage on Scream. Build here wisely if you only need here for specific content that you know better than me. See you in the next. Bye bye to everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and drop in the comments if you want me to do something else with here, if you want to see GBR or something like that, but I really doubt it.